Game week 387, and it was goals, goals, goals from my MLS contingent. Fagundes got a goal, Driussi chalked up 2, and Uri pushed me into the higher ends of rewards in Cap 240 Rare with a goal himself. And if we then pivot our heads over to Cap 240 Limited, even Rigoni scored a goal, and that guy is typically quite shit at getting decisive, so it was all very nice, yeah. So I had some rewards from this, I opened the rewards from this, and you are in fact now seeing those rewards with your eyeballs. I got a nice chunk of Ethereum in from hitting 250 points plus in both entries, and then somewhat decent tier 3 limited card in Jack Hendry here. It seems to get game time in a decent-ish Bruges team, as well as a little international utility. And then we finished off the game week with a Gustavo rare from the Asian bracket. Seemingly every rare reward I've won recently has been from the Asian bracket, which is the one I'm least knowledgeable about. But hey, a reward is a reward, and these are worth about 30 quid or so. So, you know, happy days. I even then used this Gustavo in game week 389 here, where look at this, he did a goal. I like goals, so that was all very good, because that was just what I needed to secure a cheeky little tier 5 rare here in Cap 220 Rare. So, you know, Gustavo's goal alongside Cordova's, and then even a last man tackle from Martin Piss in net, bizarrely enough, all played a part in winning me this lovely Sal rare, which, you know, kind of wild that he's a tier 5, you know, just from the name of the player, right? You know, 3 or 4 years ago, he was one of the hottest midfield prospects in Europe, but the last few years, he's certainly fizzled out a fair bit, and you can see that in his SoFi scores. A lot of yellow in there, which is not fantastic, but hey, you never know, next season could be his season. And speaking of next season, in case you could not tell, I have finally locked in the acquisition of a super rare goalkeeper. I have gone out and bought Etienne Vicen of RKC Walwick, fucking don't know how to say that, for the grand price of 0.675 Ethereum, a little over £1,000 of the King's money. Definitely one of the more expensive signings on the channel, but I'm really looking to get into the super rare Cap 240 mode next season. I tinkered with the idea of potentially getting an MLS super rare goalkeeper in for a bit, but the finances weren't quite there at the time, so I held off for the start of the European season to get a full force of utility in when the season kicks back off in a few weeks. So, you know, exciting stuff, it really is. I think the price is reasonable, you know, it's not super cheap by any stretch of the word, but, you know, more is lost by indecision than wrong decision. So, I bought Vicen off a friend of the channel, Reedy, so I don't mind that Ethereum going to a good place, and Vicen was RKC's starting goalkeeper last season. He only missed 2 games in the league through injury, so in theory, he is most likely going to be their starting goalkeeper next season, right? Right? The only minor issue here is that he has a year left on his contract, so maybe RKC might look to bleed in another goalkeeping option this coming season in case Vicen doesn't sign a new deal, but that's where your boy Royalivi was wicked smart, because I've also gone out and got the RKC backup goalkeeper, Jeroen Houwen, for roughly 0.34 Ethereum. And I definitely overpaid a bit here to get him into the account, but I just wanted to make sure I had him locked and loaded ready for the start of the season, just in case, you know, shit hits the fan, which typically it does for me. So I'm playing it smart here, and Timo Horn went the other way. I would have liked to hold on to Horn, but the fact is he was expendable for the most part in my account, and, you know, 2 weeks before the start of the season, he's still not got a club. I'm sure he will, but right now I was more concerned with getting Jeroen Houwen in there as my backup. So Horn made way to ensure I had both options covered for RKC, and their other 2 goalkeeping options are Spenkelink and Kesting. So yeah, probably one of those fuckers will start. I mean, surely not. They really shouldn't do. So if they do, I'm gonna go chug a nice big bottle of bleach. But this will be the Cap 240 super rare lineup come the start of next season. We've got Vicen in net, Diego Liete, now permanently at Union Berlin in defence, Armstrong and Gineppo of Southampton in midfield, and Alessio da Cruz in the Serie B up top. So, yeah, super weird fucking setup here, but, you know, this is just to get my foot in the door here of Cap 240 super rare. You know, that $200 for hitting 250 points plus each game week is quite mouth-watering, so, you know, hopefully we can do that. And the main issue here is that I've left a lot of blue hexagon cunts on the floor, right? You know, 28 to be exact, so it's hurting my chances a bit, not maximising all points available there, but hopefully I can build on this team a bit over the coming season. So yeah, going to be a bit of an unknown for me here, dipping my toes into the super rare waters, but I have a feeling these lads are going to do alright. I've kind of got a 7th sense about these things, my 6th sense being that I can communicate with plants. What's that, plant? Oh wow. He said you should like and subscribe. I'm talking to a fucking plant. But okay, here are my fucking teams for the weekend. Oh yeah, honestly, they're kind of dog shit, right? Because it's that fucking MLS Mexico Cup thingy this weekend, and I feel like that's going to be Rotation Nation DMP Central. So, Yeah, not expecting much. Got the typical lads out in Cap 240 rare down here in Stuver, Lumatrisi, Ure and Ragoni. Just throwing them in for the sake of it, but if you don't buy a raffle, you do not obtain the ticket. And then I've got some pretty bland limited MLS teams above. I guess I'll show you this All-Star limited team as well, because apparently the Croatian League is back this weekend, which is all fine and dandy. I'm assuming Nestesic starts in net for Zagreb over Livakovic, but he's who I've got, so he's going to rock out with his cock out alongside some other lovely Zagreb players. Again, Ivanusic probably doesn't play as he looks set to leave for Feyenoord, but you know, whatever, we'll fucking see what happens, and I'll catch you next time. Because we fucking love you.